Okay, so there's one. Just when you thought it was safe to begin. Okay, so while we're still letting these last people trickle in, I'm just going to go over our agenda. The warm-up is in Canvas. It's very simple. I am not going to go over that because I need time to get everything that we're doing in. It's pretty simple, very straightforward based on what we did last class. We are going to be working on Unit 4, Level 2, Variables Investigate. Open your code.org now and navigate to Unit 4, Lesson 2. Okay? Unit 4, Lesson 2. Let me know if you have difficulty getting into Unit 4. It needs that special trick to get you into a new unit. All right? We are going to be working on Variables Investigate today. For your homework, part of the presentation for today is Unit 4, L3, Variables Practice. Okay? So there we are, Anna. That is going to be your homework. So actually I should have that in due, which I don't. Interims. Interims are approaching. Interims are the 15th. I have not graded everyone's app, and I need to have my grades in order to send out progress reports. So please, if you have not turned in your app, if you have not done your app guide, please get those in. Something strange with code.org. Code.org is not like Canvas. If you add things to your code.org account after they were due, your app, the U3L6, U3L7, those kinds of things, if you didn't get that finished and you want to go back and finish it now, please email me that you have done work in code.org after I have been there. Canvas is very good at tracking any new submissions. So it's easy for me to go in and pick up the couple assignments that people are giving later on. In code.org, there is no system for alerting you to the latest material that has come in. So I have to go through literally everyone's accounts for every single thing to see if anything has changed. And the idea that I'm going to remember that is an interesting thought. So please let me know, and I'm going to try and work out a sign-up sheet so that you can make a notation of what you've added, and then I can just follow up with it. Okay? But for the moment, just email me when you add things to code.org that were already due. Okay? Does that all make sense? Okay, so what is due today is the warm-up, and that you get through U4L3 variables practice for next class. U3L10 app development reflection was due. Any assignments from Unit 3 that are past due may be turned in. We don't have the largest window for that because the 15th is coming quickly, and I need a couple days of not getting new submissions to get everything in order to get you your grades. Our goal today is that you will be able to identify and modify common programming patterns using variables as part of an app. Okay? So we're picking up where we left off last class with variables. What do variables mean? How do you work with them? How do you get a variable to count? These are things that we will be learning today. In terms of your Unit 3 app, these are things that have been missing. Look, there's Patrick. Welcome. So for your Unit 3 apps, some people have been missing unique element IDs. Should it be button 1 or start button? Which would be more meaningful to you? In theory, start button. The idea is when you have, you know, a small app, you can probably keep track of 3, 4 screens. Once you get to 20 screens, screen 1, screen 2, screen 3 is not going to really help you. So make sure, look, there's Harold. Make sure that your screens and your buttons have some sort of methodology to them that'll let you know, because you're having to pick them out of those drop-down menus. You need to remember which button it is you need to set. Sound was missing from the program or set up as false, that it didn't play. That was a problem. Some had glitches in the programming that didn't allow them to get to sound. Navigate back to previous screens was absent. So a return at the end, play again, that's always a good thing to have. App development guide was missing or not complete. All right, those are the big bogeys. If you think you have that problem, you can go in and fix your app. I've only graded about 1/3 of them. I'm hoping to get on that tonight. But I seem to keep having a lot on my plate. Look, there's Alex. Welcome, Alex. So we are now going into Unit 4, Lesson 2, Variables Investigate. You can read up, there's a warm-up, there is a poll, a survey that you're supposed to take, and those are in the module itself, okay? So just to review, where's my fabulous POW? Why do my 3s keep disappearing on me? It's true, having back-to-back classes make things a little tricky. No, I swear. I have 3s. Oh, that's because I keep throwing my 3s away. So what are we doing with baggies? We're using baggies to represent a variable because it's very hard to imagine inside a computer this little place that is opening up, taking a value, and becoming equal to that value. So when I say var space POW in a line of code, I am telling the computer to create a variable, and it's whatever is one space away from var, starts with a letter, typically is written in lowercase, can have numbers, but has to start with a letter. That is a variable. A variable is just a place to put a value, okay? So my empty variable is named POW. When POW gets 3, what happens? POW, 3 goes into POW, and now POW is equal to the number 3. And that's the thing where, I'm gonna cheat. Instead of using my variable to do calculations with, if I was adding POW plus 2, I would create a duplicate of my 3 in POW and add that to 2, right? So when I evaluate 2 plus 3, I'm going to get 5, and 5 is going to go into POW. 3 is going to be thrown away first, since you can never have 2 values in one variable, and 5 goes in. And now POW equals 5, all right? Any questions, any problems with that? Everybody feel they understand the basics of variables? Anybody not understand the basics of variables? Okay, team, moving on. We are going to go 10 minutes in a breakout room. So have your Unit 4, Lesson 2 open. We're going to be looking at circles 2 and 3 to begin with. You're going to have 10 minutes. You're going to go run the app, predict the information that is being stored in the variables. Okay, straightforward. Then do this. Find out who woke earliest in your room. That person takes lines 1 through 12 of level 3. You read the code for your and then anyone else in the room will be 14 through 21. Some rooms will have 3, some rooms will have 2. So read the code for your assigned section, making sure you understand how it works. Explain your section to your partners. Once you guys have read your code and you've explained what the first 12 lines are doing, and then what the next, what is that? 7 lines are doing, or it's 9 lines, then you can come back, all right? So I'm gonna open up breakout rooms. You're gonna go into Unit 4, Lesson 2. You will work on as a circles 2 and 3, okay? Everyone's favorite, hang on. Okay, here we go, in you go. We will come out at right about 2 o'clock. Go into your breakout room so you have someone to ask questions to if you're not understanding something. Remember, ask 2, then me. Ethan, can I help you? Peter, Patrick? Ethan, Patrick? Oh, there goes Patrick. Ethan, can I help you? You having issues?
Mr. Swift, you're muted.
Sharing, it doesn't, it's invisible. Thank you. Not that I've ever had any problems with that. Hey, somehow we lost Alex. All righty, now, Taylor Branch, can you explain to me what was going on in level 2? Taylor, can you explain what happened in circle 2? Taylor Branch? Yep. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. Taylor, did we lose you? Mic not working? Noah Baugh, could you explain for me what was going on in circle 2? Noah? You didn't understand it much. No, I just was in your room and asked you if you had any problems. Always ask me. It's easier for me to explain in the breakout rooms. So let's try. My friend Ryan Poulin, can you explain what was going on in the first circle we looked at?
I also didn't really understand it.
Okay, guys, there's only one thing going on in circle 2 of this thing. Your app is counting up and it is counting down. So that is what it is doing. Predict what information is being stored in the variables. So Ryan, what would be being stored in the variable if it's counting up or down from 70? What is 70?
A number, the starting number of the thermostat.
Right. In theory, it's the temperature of our room. Okay, so that's all it's doing. It's saying that the variable equals, you know, whatever we're assigning to it. And right now we're assigning 70. Then when you've got an up button, the up button, in order to count up, is going to say var equals var plus 1. All right, so you can make it add. So the variable equals the variable plus 1. Every time you click, it's going to add 1 to the variable. So 70 is going to become 71, 72, 73. Now var equals 70. When I click the down one, what do you think is going to happen, Ryan?
It's going to go down.
But how does it do it?
It's going to change the variable to -1 from it.
It's not going to change the variable. It's going to change what is being, that you're subtracting 1 from it every time. That was perfect. So it's the idea, when I'm going up, I'm adding 1 to my variable. When I'm going down, I am subtracting 1 from my variable. Okay, that's all it was. Relatively straightforward. Okay. Thank you guys for being honest. So level 3. What was going on in those first 12 lines of code? Peter Wang, can you let me know what was going on in those first lines of code? Oh, Peter, actually, whichever lines you were working on. Peter, you in there? Peter, oh, okay. So Peter, you're 1 through 12. What was going on there? What were lines 1 through 12 doing? You were supposed to explain it to your partner, so can you explain it to me? Okay. It's the same thing we just talked about. It's counting down. Now I'm worried, guys. I've been in every single breakout room. I've asked if everyone's doing okay, if anyone has any questions, if there's a problem, and I apologize if I didn't get to your breakout room, but no one is asking me any questions. And yet when it comes time for me to ask a question, Everybody says, I didn't really get it. I don't really understand. So just make sure, don't be embarrassed. Take the tarts when they're passed. When I ask if you need help, please just ask me. We can go through this. It's just easier than having to rehash it a lot of times. So let me do this instead. What I want to do is I am just quickly going to go in here for us and show. Okay, so here we are. First 12 lines of code. All right. What's happening here? What's happening right at the top of our program? Can somebody sing out, or I will start calling again? Okay, team, now you're really making me scared. It's not that it starts, well, yes, it does start at 70. Perfect. You're assigning variables. Thank you. Cool. First thing we always do, variables get assigned at the top of a program. Then what's the only other thing going on here? There's a down click button, a down button. What does the down button do? It subtracts 1 from the variable. If this was var, var equals var minus 1. Temp equals temp minus 1. All this is just our down button, and down here is an up button. To go up, you add 1. To go down, you subtract 1. If I wanted to make my thermostat count by 2s, what would I do? Eduardo, what do I do to make my thermostat count by 2s? Thank you, Alex, in the chat. Eduardo, I think you're here. Eduardo, any ideas? It goes up by 2. You the man. All right. I think we got this. All right. We have another batch of these to get through, and we need to get out because we have a little more to talk about after that. Okay. So let me go back in our presentation. Let me talk about adding a watcher. Okay. This is a simple thing. So what adding a watcher to your program does is allow you to see whether your variable is actually changing the way that it should. Okay, this is a little closed loop video of how to create a watcher. It's not that great. Basically, your program has to be running. See, right now it's not running. They click run. He clicks run. Once run is going, you just type the name of the variable down here in this line that says variable / property plus. All I'm doing is I'm typing my first variable, lowercase temp capital F, in here, and then I'm hitting plus. That creates a watcher for temp F, and it's going to tell me, is it 70? And when it gets clicked, it's going to go to 71. And when it gets clicked, it's going to go to 72 and 73. That is all you need to do to make a watcher for temp C. I just type lowercase temp capital C. It has to be exactly what the variable is. Down here in the watch and hit plus. It will track whatever that variable is tracking. Does that make sense? Okay, so 15 minutes. You're going to go in and you are going to do circles 3 through 6. First, modify and change the degree by 2 when up and down arrow are clicked. I'm hoping that's easy now. Level 4, run the app, discuss the changes. Find the math round command. Discuss with a partner how this command works. What you've got to do in level 4 is change the code so that no space displays between the temperature and the unit descriptions. So there shouldn't be a space between the 70 and the F, or the 21 and the C. All right? Run the app and predict the information that's being stored in level 5. Okay, this is a little different one. Finally, read the code. Discuss with your partner what has changed and what has stayed the same. Discuss how does get text work. Your task for level 6, and this is tough, add an exclamation point, hint, not parentheses, quotation marks around an I. Add an exclamation point. What does that mean, quotation marks around an I? What is it asking you to add to this program? Anyone? What does something inside quotation marks instantly mean to us? Is it a number? It's a string. Thank you, Colin. All right, so you need to get this hi Lola. When the way it is now, it's just going to say hi Lola with no exclamation point. You need to add an exclamation point to that username text. Okay, that is it. I'm going to open up our rooms. We are going to come out. Oh, we don't have this. 2:12. Okay, we need time to get through the rest of this. So let's just hope that everyone gets through these quickly. Okay, here are the rooms. 2:12 is when, or 2:22 is when we're coming out. Okay. Ethan, can I help you? Why are you always stuck here? You're not even muted. Ethan, anything going on? Are you not? Ethan, you okay? Okay. All right, we are back. Let me clear this stuff off my desktop. As I am showing you my desktop. All right. So level 3, what was happening in here? Lost Alex. So I'll give you level 3. Level 3 was just going up and down by 1 degree. Okay. What was happening on level 4? What was the math round command doing? Oh, that's what it is. Adam Grobon, can you tell me what the math round command was doing?
Wait, what was the name of the command?
It's the math round. It had to do with converting Fahrenheit to Celsius.
Oh yeah. It has to do with making it a whole number.
Right. It's just rounding off any decimals to create a whole number because nobody wants 70.1 on their thermostat. Brilliant. 5. This was where we had to log in. What was happening? What's the new variable being stored?
It's called my name.
Right. Beautiful. Okay. So then for our last one, for 6, they wanted you to add an exclamation point to my name. The big hint was the exclamation point was in quotation marks. What does that make the exclamation point?
A string.
A string. And how would we add a string to something? What's the only thing we could use to add a string to something? It's got to be the plus sign, okay? So let me just quickly show you here. So the problem is you need to add an exclamation point to my name. If you navigated all the way down here to the bottom, you would see that username text is my name, and I have added plus exclamation point in quotation marks. I've added a string to my name. Now, when this was in block mode, I found it difficult to understand how to get, it's not gonna let, I didn't know how to create this in here. So what I did was I went to text mode because I knew I had to add that string to my name, right? So I go quotation mark, exclamation, quotation mark. Oop, don't hit that. And now when I reset and run my app and I put my name in and I log in, it says, "Hi, William," exclamation point. All right. So that's how that works. What we're looking at here is a counter pattern with event. Why do we call it a counter pattern with event? I'm just going to run through this because we're getting short on time. This is how you count with a variable. My var equals my var plus 1. Let me present this. My var equals my var plus 1. That counts up, or we can my var equals my var minus 1 for our down button. That counts down. Okay? It's a counter pattern. It counts with event. The counting is motivated by a click. It needs an event to stimulate the count. All right? And now, this is the funky new word for you. When we add 2 strings together, when we add a string and a number together with the plus symbol, it is not technically a mathematical operation. you are not adding two numbers together. You are adding two things together, and that is technically called concatenation. Concatenation. And we're going to be saying this a lot more. So what that means is when I add a string and a number together with a plus sign, I am concatenating those two together. I am not adding them together. This is not math. This is programming, and I am concatenating them. Okay? So let's review. What can be stored in a variable? Can anyone come up with my term? What is stored in a variable?
I have actually a question, and you kind of moved past it before I could ask the question.
Sure. No. Let's hang on. Just go back. What's the question on?
I was going to ask the question. I said when you did the line 41 username, my name.
Oh, hang on. You want me to go back into code.org?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Sure.
Okay, so here we are.
Can you go into the blocks?
Okay.
When you added that into there,
yep,
you did not get the same notification I got. I got my name has not been declared yet, which it has been declared. And
that's got to be.
I don't get why I'm getting that warning.
Where is my name declared? There, my name. Did you somehow dink your var my name?
Oh yeah, let me put that back in.
Right. So that's all. That's debugging.
Okay.
Okay. So what you are going to need to do for homework, one thing is, why do you need meaningful variable names? Because humans read programs. Humans read the code, and ideally your variables should be related to what you're talking about. That they are not nonsensical, that there's some order and structure to them that somebody that is trying to read your code can figure out, okay? All right, so a variable is just a reference to a value or expression that can be used repeatedly as throughout the program, right? Whenever I need to count something, whenever I need to measure something. So right here, you know, my string equals rock, my other string equals roll, my story equals my string concatenated with and my other string. So when these are all concatenated together, it equals rock and roll. Okay, this is your homework. Lesson 3, variables practice. So you're gonna go in here and ideally you're gonna be doing some debugging. You're gonna learn about some new debugging skills. You're gonna practice. You're gonna watch a video on debugging. Okay, why aren't we? Then just follow through. A big thing is this global variable versus local variable. Just a quick explanation. A local variable is inside the on event. It only influences what's inside that on event. That is why it is considered a local variable. A variable outside an on event is considered a global variable. I think you guys will do well. Do know, in the module, there are those fabulous videos explaining every level of U4L3. If you get stuck, take a look at your videos. Get this done before next class, because we're going to be building an app in the next class and you're going to need these skills. Okay? That's it. Thank you. Great day. Oh, there's something new in the chat that I've missed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Values. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Swift.
Yes.
I have a question. So earlier during the class, when you were mentioning our app projects, you said that like some, I guess, noises or audio wouldn't play when we had it set to false. But like I had all my audio stuff set to false and it worked like perfectly fine.
That's fine, because you should have set it up properly that false was the trigger.
Yeah.
for your audio. I think that's all they were saying, was that like if you didn't have a true and you did not, you know, that what you were linking it to was trues, not falses, it wouldn't work. That's all. That doesn't bother. Again, our rubric is very straightforward.
Mhm.
It is not asking anything about elegance or, you know, you're, as long as you have a sound that plays in
Yeah.
your app, you are good to go.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Anything else? Problem?
Mr. Swift,
Yes.
the U3L10, I believe, I got 4 out of 8 on it, but
Nobody's, you don't worry. Nobody's graded it yet.
all right.
That is Kareem, and I need to explain this. MCPS has shifted to a thing called like the 50% rule. So your grades are showing up as 50s if you have not submitted an assignment. That's what's getting confusing.
Okay.
I'm trying to use the Z thing, but they're trying to discourage me, so I'm not quite sure what. But just know, if you're seeing a 50, it's probably not that you got a 50, it's that I have not gotten to your assignment yet, or it hasn't been turned in. And the reason those are showing 50s is because of that stupid thing. It was set to be due on the 4th, not the 7th.
Yeah. All right.
That's all. It's nothing to do with you. You're in great shape. Harold,
Okay.
can I help you?
It says I have a missing assignment, but I don't know what it is. Like,
Okay.
there's nothing on MCPS that says.
Okay.
That.
Well, let me
I've
take
turned
a
everything
look.
in. Okay.
Hang on. Let me get back onto my screen. Come on. Where are you? Not sharing, right? I hate looking at assignments. People are watching. So grades. The fabulous Nicole. Nicole, your mom doesn't work for code.org, does she?
No.
There is a Ms. Karaoke, who is one of the teachers at code.org for my classes.
No.
I just thought it's a very special name. So I just thought I'd ask.
No, she doesn't.
Okay. So I think I've got your app development that has not been graded. Your exit card is fabulous. Your app is there. I just have not graded it. Your U3 activity guide. Oh, don't worry about that. You don't have to do that. U3L1. As far as I can tell, that's the only thing
Missing.
U2, U3, what is that? U2, U3, what is this? U2. Oh, okay. This is something that I need to look at. All right. So that is not something that you haven't done, as far as I know. It's something I need to look at in code.org and seem to have missed.
Okay. And the app, the planning guide will change, right? Because of the
Yes. I just have not. I am desperately trying to get through this. I have had student meetings before school. I have a review of, professional review right after class. I'm going to get it done as quick as I can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Harold, can I help you? Harold? Harold? You in there?
Oh,
There you are.
did I miss something?
Class is over.
Oh,
Can I help you with anything? Is all this making sense? Do you want to go over anything just to?
yeah. I mean, it seems to be making sense. So I suppose I'll head out at this time.
Okay. Just know if you start feeling out of your depth or anything, just let me know. I can get you right back up to speed. It's so important for you to come to class and participate, just because through talking with your friends and stuff, these ideas start to make sense, you know, that once you hear it enough, oh, I got to set that screen, then I need a click, then I need to do this. It's going to start, I mean, it's like learning a new language. That this stuff should start to make sense to you in sort of what steps do I have to take? How do I make a screen? How do I create a button? What is my button saying? What can I do with a click? Can I count things? Can I, and it's just, you know, day after day, we're just trying to build your vocabulary of different things that you can do in your app. And it's just a matter of getting them familiar so that they don't, you know, make you freeze like a deer in the headlights when it said, okay, you know, create 3 variables. What do you mean create 3 variables? All that is, it's just var space, whatever you want to call your variable. That's how you create variables. It's easy. But if you're not familiar, it can sound very intimidating. So I just want to make sure everything's making sense and you're feeling good.
Okay. Guess I'll head out then.
Okay. Just let me know if anything doesn't make sense. And when you're working on lesson 3, let me just show you, for one, just so you know, hang on. Modules. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that. Worse. Where is my fabulous modules there? Okay, let me just quickly show you. So just so you know, while you're working on your homework, if you ever get stuck or can't figure it out, right here are the video links explaining all levels of U4, L3.
Okay.
So just like that U3, L7, these are those code.org videos that will walk you through each one of these levels. That's because I am more concerned with you learning how to do this, what this looks like, and what the steps you have to take, than the idea that you figure this all out on your own. I'd like you to figure it out on your own, but I find that I hit walls. I hit something like I was using a capital T on the temp, and I couldn't figure out why my watcher wouldn't work. Oh, I didn't write the temp exactly the way it was, you know, the variable exactly the way it was created. Well, that kind of makes sense that it wouldn't work. So it's that kind of thing. All right?
Okay.
Carry on, my friend. Thank you so much for being here.
See you Thursday, I guess.
I hope so.
Okay.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Come by on Wednesday if you have any trouble, okay?
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye.